things that I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch 2 as a software standpoint. Now, we all know what the Nintendo Switch 2 looks like by now. But, do we know anything about the software? No, we don't. So, here are some things that I would love to see on the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2. Let's get straight into the video. Alright, so the Nintendo Switch 2, when you're talking about software, there's a lot of things to be excited about. Like, themes. Yes, the themes on the Nintendo Switch 2 would be pretty fantastic, because when you look at the Nintendo Switch, it looks pretty boring, doesn't it? And then when you go back and look at the 3DS, it looks pretty nice. Now, what I'm hoping to see is some kind of customization. If you bring back the theme shop, if you bring back something that maybe you can customize your own, like a browser or something, but I feel like a browser might be a bad idea. Anyways, I do hope to see the theme shop return. Even if you have to pay, what is it, $2 for a theme? At least it adds some customization to your Nintendo Switch. After you paid your good old $500 dues, most likely, and you finally get your hands on the beautiful Nintendo Switch. You want to, add some personalization. Not just leave it black or white. You gotta have some personalization. May that be a Pokemon theme, may that be the Legend of Zelda theme, may that be, hey, Kirby or something. At least add some themes that really show your personality to whoever the Nintendo Switch. Anyways, another thing that I would love to see is, another pretty common thing, is Nintendo Switch eShop music, or just a fully better eShop. Now, if you've been on the eShop in a while, you may realize that this thing is super laggy and might be a mess to try to shop on. But imagine if you had the Switch 2, it was an actual app just like the beautiful Wii U eShop. Now, this eShop is really fantastic. It groups all of the kind of big games together. You get your Mario games and it showed a Mario picture. You get your Zelda games, it showed Link. And you even get your Pokemon games, it had Pikachu. You click on that, you see all the Pokemon games. You didn't have to search up anything, and the music was absolutely amazing. So I honestly hope to see something like this again, because the Switch eShop, this was one of the biggest flaws ever. That Switch eShop is terrible. Anyways, so another thing that I feel like would be pretty fantastic with the Nintendo Switch 2 is even more customization. What if you were able, while you were at it, you were able to move the apps wherever you want? If you want to have the settings icon at the top corner, if you wanted to have the Nintendo, like the games, to be maybe in bubbles, or maybe in squares or circles or something, you should be able to customize those. If you want to have it in a circle of bubbles, why not? It's your Nintendo Switch, so you should be able to customize it. Now, I hope to see something like this on the Nintendo Switch 2, because it really would bring something super amazing. It would kind of be like a theme, but you don't technically have to buy a theme to have this. It would be like a custom base thing. You could make your games instead of squares and just be the exact same. You can move them to wherever you want. This would be really fantastic. I think that the Nintendo Switch 2 would really profit from this. Alright, so another thing that would be pretty interesting is, so we kind of know what the Nintendo Switch 2, pretty much the specs and stuff. We know that it's supposed to be more powerful. Now, my thoughts are, is it going to be like 3 times more powerful, 4 times more powerful than the Nintendo Switch? You don't really know. But there is this little C button. Does this mean that it's going to be some kind of like a button that you click and it opens up a menu that you can reduce the speed? You can change that, because that would be pretty awesome to see on the Switch 2. If you didn't want to have the full power all the time, you can conserve your battery. That could be what the C button's for. That could not be what the C button's for. Anyways, another thing that I would love to see is upgrading. Now, upgrading, let's just say you're taking a Nintendo Switch game and you slap it inside your new Switch 2. Now that game would have the option to be upgraded. And what that allows you to do is just make it nicer, pretty much. Make The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild play at 60 frames per second or whatever. And it would just be like a cute little free upgrade that you can do on the system to, shine the light on your beautiful new Nintendo Switch games. Let's just say that the Switch 2 game came out. You decided to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2. You got it immediately, but you didn't get a game. Then you could go back, play your old collection of the game in a new light. And this would be a really fantastic thing. You wouldn't have to pay for anything. You would just have your beautiful games on a extra kind of standpoint, if you know what I mean. Alright, so this is more like an application thing. Now, you know how the Nintendo Wii, I'm pretty sure the 3DS, the Wii U, anyways, they all had Netflix, Disney Plus, well, probably not Disney Plus, but Netflix. What if the Nintendo Switch 2 was able to have Netflix, Disney Plus, and all the major kind of streaming software? Then you can bring your Nintendo Switch pretty much anywhere you want and watch a good movie or whatever on the Switch's screen. And this is a pretty good screen to be watching it. Now, it's around 8 inches to the Nintendo Switch, which is about 5 inches, and the OLED is about 6 inches, so a little bit of an upgrade. So why not be able to have a streaming software on the system? I think that this would be really, really nice, because then you have the access to play movies or whatever. If you're in a car or maybe in a hotel room, you're just not at home, you don't have access to all this stuff. Bring your Nintendo Switch, and that's all you really need. You need your beautiful Nintendo Switch. Alright, so you know how the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be black with a little bit of blue and a little bit of red in between the Joy-Cons. Maybe, just maybe, they'll allow you for some customization, Maybe they'll add something like, like a different shell that you can change out the shell if you wanted to. If you want to have like a Pikachu Joy-Con or something, instead of buying a whole new set of Joy-Cons, why not just allow us to clip off the Joy-Con thing and then just put another one so you can make it custom to you? I don't know, I think that this is a pretty interesting idea. Okay, so now that we covered pretty much the basics, the things that are really, really interesting, what about something that I'm really hoping to see? So you know how the Nintendo Switch 2 is backwards compatible. Will it be backwards compatible with Amiibos too? I hope to see the return of Amiibos, because not gonna lie, playing games with Amiibos is really, really fantastic. Like playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with all your Amiibos. You get a whole bunch of different weapons, you get a whole bunch of different things. Playing them with Super Smash Bros, where you can train up your character and make them super, super strong, is a really fantastic thing. So I hope to see Amiibos return for the Nintendo Switch 2, because this would just be a really, really fantastic and amazing thing. Because Amiibos are just really fantastic, and collecting them is even better. So another thing I would like to see is achievements. Now, how many of you have been sitting down hoping to see achievements when you play a video game? When you play a video game, don't you feel more connected to the game and everything it has to offer? Instead of not seeing your achievement and what to do, and to get 100%, it's pretty much just a guess. What if Nintendo actually added achievements? So when they just pop up on the screen, hey, congratulations, you got an achievement. What if that was the case? I made an entire video covering this. Consider to check it out. But overall, achievements would be an amazing thing to see for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now I'm sure the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 will be fantastic. We know one game that's coming out with that, and I bet we know 2 or 3 games. Pokemon Legends ZA, the probably Xenoblade Chronicles, and also Mario Kart 9. Or is it going to be called Mario Kart 24? Because I'm thinking Mario Kart 24 because of the fact that you have 24 karts, and Nintendo likes to label their games on something that actually happens inside the game. most of the time if they're not just going to use a standardized number. Like Mario Kart Wii, it's played on the Wii. Doesn't that make sense? Anyways, yeah, so what do you think about this? Are these some pretty interesting and good things that should come to the Nintendo Switch 2? Or are these some pretty weird ones? I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Consider to hit the big old red button if you really want to. It's completely up to you. Consider to drop a like if you also want to. I would really appreciate it if you do. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you have a really fantastic day. And see you in the next one.